What's up, good people? Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. I made it through the second trimester, so I'm gonna talk to you guys today all about my experience. Depending on where you look, they say that it's somewhere around 15 to 28 weeks. I'm 29 weeks, so I'm just gonna go with it and tell you guys all about my experience. I have 2 other videos about my early pregnancy, first trimester, and it was it was a rough road. So if you haven't saw those videos, go ahead and check those out. Okay, so second trimester. In the first trimester, you guys know that my vomiting and my nausea was insane. The second trimester was just, it was beautiful compared to the first trimester. Definitely less vomiting. Actually, the last time that I vomited was week 18. I have had like upset stomach and a little bit of nausea here and there, but it's really not anything like compared to the first trimester. It's less so like actual nausea, but it's more so like I feel like my organs are starting to get pressed together and it's causing me to be feel a little bit weird, a little bit sick in a different way. So, but it's totally tolerable. I feel like my baby grows in like spurts. Like the baby will be the same size and then all of a sudden just have a major growth spurt, then the same size and a major growth spurt. I don't know if that's like every baby, but I feel like that's my baby. And I feel like every time that there's one of those growth spurts, it kind of triggers just a little bit of nausea, but it's really nothing, at least in the second trimester, it's really nothing too bothersome. And around 20 weeks is when I started feeling a lot of kicking. I feel like I don't know, but I feel like I have like a very active baby. I have had an increased appetite, of course, because I wasn't really eating anything in my first trimester, or I could barely eat anything. So of course my appetite has increased. So I started off my pregnancy around 120 and now I'm around 140. And I'm, like I said, at 29 weeks. So I think I'm a little bit pretty much on track with what my weight gain is supposed to be. I still have my book that I'm writing like my notes and stuff. I had started feeling a little bit of like low blood sugar sometimes, like feeling like when the hunger like does hit me, it's like it hits me like super fast and I start feeling like weak and dizzy, and it's like, okay, I need to eat right now, because if I don't eat right now, I'm either gonna like throw up or pass out. Everybody I think gets tested for gestational diabetes, and that was kind of a concern for me. I thought that I could possibly have gestational diabetes because I have had pre-diabetes. Even before I got pregnant, I was pre-diabetic. But thankfully, when I took my glucose test, gestational diabetes was here, and like I was like right here. So I like just made the cut to like not having it, and I was so grateful for that. I don't know, I feel like I haven't really had like any crazy cravings. If I did have to mention a craving, I would say it would be burgers. And I think that's because I am anemic slightly. I'm like a mustard lover and a vinegar type person. So like a burger with extra mustard and extra pickles is like, that's like my thing right now. I got my iron tested at 20 weeks and then again at 28 weeks, and each time it showed that I was slightly anemic, even though I have been taking the iron pills for about a couple months now, in addition to my prenatal vitamins, which I need to take now, actually, after this video. From 20 to 28 weeks, it was no change. I was still slightly anemic. Okay, so one thing that I have had to deal with that is bothersome is like my pelvic area has been in a lot of pain. I started like almost waddling, walking weird, like before my belly even popped. Like if there's a day where I'm pretty much like sitting down or on the couch, not on my feet too much, it doesn't necessarily bother me too bad. But if I'm on my feet all day, by the end of the day, I'm definitely gonna feel it, and I'm gonna be like walking like an old lady. My husband tries to get me to do like a lot of stretches, and that helps too. But also, the doctor also encouraged me to get like a belly band, which I do have one, but for some reason I haven't used it yet. I need to go ahead and use it. Yeah, I just forgot about it. But yeah, I'm supposed to be like, if I'm on my feet for like most of the day, I'm supposed to be wearing a belly band, and that should help my pelvic pain. I haven't tested it out to see yet. I'll probably test that out more so now in the third trimester, now that my belly is getting a lot bigger. Okay, let's talk about gender. The first video, I think I thought it was a boy. The second video, I thought it was a girl. And now, in this video, I found out the gender at 20 weeks when we went in for our anatomy scan. And we found out that it is a boy. And it was like kind of surreal, like, because we decided to find out like actually at the anatomy scan appointment. I'm like, just go ahead and tell me, what is it? And before she even said anything, I just like, I kind of saw that it was a boy. Like, I saw boy parts, and I just stayed quiet because I was like, I didn't even want to say it. And then a little while after that, she was like, yeah, it's a boy. And then it was just quiet. Like, me and my husband were just quiet. He didn't really, I don't think he cared about whether we had a boy or girl, but I really wanted a girl. I had a girl name and everything. So when the lady said it was a boy, I was like, huh? Like, I really thought, like, in my heart of hearts, that it was a girl. But I know God makes no mistakes, and I'm like so in love with my boy. Even more so now, like, I love him so freaking much. And I feel like it's okay to have those feelings of gender disappointment. I don't think that that means that you don't love your child. So yeah, I was disappointed, but I got over it. And so on Thanksgiving, we actually told everybody that we're pregnant. And at the time, we didn't know the gender. We were able to find out the gender about a week before Christmas. And we just did like a simple gender reveal for everybody, the whole family. I wanted them all to find out at the same time. Long story short, we had our Christmas tree up, and we bought some like LED lights that you could like kind of click what color you wanted the lights to turn into. We kind of tricked them, had the tree turn red, blue, and then it just ended on blue. And we're like, it's a boy. It was cute. So after Christmas, for the new year, I got down to business. I started planning the baby shower, started planning the registry. I also started planning like the actual birth. I want to do a natural hospital birth. So I want to give birth in the hospital, and I want to try to give birth without any type of pain medication. I always kind of thought of myself as like I would want to give birth like in my home, like in the bathtub, like super natural. But my struggles that I had in the first trimester were like so traumatic for me, to the point where I'm like, I thought that I wasn't gonna make it. At that point, I was just like, I just need to be in a hospital for myself to feel more comfortable. I don't have anything against epidurals, C-sections, anything like that, but I just know that I just have faith that God made me capable to give birth naturally. Women have been giving birth naturally for throughout the majority of history, and I believe that like kind of like that's what our bodies were made to do. So why not just do it, you know? Like, I don't know. So I went ahead and I bought some books to kind of help me navigate and like prepare, because I don't know anything about pregnancy or giving birth. So I thrifted these books at thriftbooks.com. They have a lot of like used bookstores like online, and then of course you have used bookstores that you can go to in person. But when I go there, it's like kind of like difficult to kind of get exactly what I want. So first one is the Mama Natural Week by Week Guide to Pregnancy and Childbirth. I got this kind of late, but it doesn't really matter because each week she kind of discusses like a different topic. So you can still go back to like previous weeks and read it. It's a good informative book. Most of these books I have like glossaries at the end. So you can like, if you have a question, you can go back and kind of just look throughout the book and see. I got this book, which I'm currently reading, and it's called Natural Hospital Birth, The Best of Both Worlds, of course, by Cynthia Gabriel. It's very informative. It helps you to kind of understand like what's going to happen. It helps you kind of mentally prepare, and it guides you through creating a birth plan. And then I just got these two books. I looked up, like, I think there's two different methods, or well, there's hundreds of methods, but the two main ones that I've seen are like the Bradley method and the Lamazi method. And I kind of looked into each of those, and I found that the Lamazi method would probably be the best option for me. So I got two books on the Lamazi method. This one is the official Lamazi guide, Giving Birth with Confidence. And this one is Preparation for Childbirth, the complete guide to the Lamazi method. These two I haven't read yet. I'm trying to get through the other two first and then move to this one. Probably all of those were like less than $30 at thriftbooks.com. Another way that I'm preparing is that my hospital where I plan to give birth, they host a preparing for childbirth class, a infant CPR class, a breastfeeding class, and what's the other one that they offer? Newborn care. So that's like how I'm trying to prepare. I'm also like kind of looking through like different YouTube videos, looking at other people's birth stories and stuff like that, just trying to educate myself. I think that's the main thing about natural birth or attempting a natural birth. You have to educate yourself, you have to mentally prepare, and nobody's gonna educate you for you. You have to educate yourself, you have to put in the initiative. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of resources on that because we, I think as a society, are so accustomed to here in America. I know it's different in other countries like Russia and stuff like that, but here in America we're so accustomed to medical intervention, epidural, things like that, which of course there's nothing wrong with, but it also makes it hard to find like valuable information for those of us that do want to get a natural birth. Okay, so the 20-week scan that we had, it showed that the baby was doing great and that he was in the 80th percentile of weight, which I thought was crazy because my stomach, like, it just appears to be so small. So for him to be like that big, I was like, wow, I guess it's because he's a boy. I don't know, but he's a good size. He's a pretty healthy baby. So they did find a concern, not with the kidneys, but like with like, I guess there's like something that's connected to the kidneys, like a filter or something. And so during the 20-week scan, they said that he had renal pyelectasis. And obviously that was like not the news that we wanted to hear. But they did say that it typically goes away on its own, and that it's not much that I can do about it at this point, and that majority of the time it does resolve on its own. The filter that comes from the kidneys is like blocked to where it causes the kidneys to expand or enlarge because the kidneys are not filtering like how they should. They still see it there bilaterally, which I guess that means on both kidneys. I'm gonna have to go in for one more appointment before the baby is born so they can check the kidneys again, so they can scan him again. And then when he's born, like right after he's born, they'll go ahead and scan him again to check the kidneys. And by that time, I'm praying to the Lord Jesus Christ that it's resolved, because I don't want him to have to go through surgery, which is the alternative if it does not resolve on his own. By 9 months of birth, he will have to undergo surgery. The doctor made it seem like the surgery was like not like a big concern, but it's still surgery. So, and I definitely don't want to have to like deal with like my baby having surgery at like around 9 months old. Like, that's gonna make me so sad. So yeah, we are praying for my little baby that the issue is resolved by the time he's like born and developed and all that stuff. So go ahead and subscribe so you can get updated the next time I post a pregnancy update. But yes, third trimester, the clock is ticking. I do want to go ahead and show you guys my belly. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys next time.